Alright, hello everybody, we are back with day 2 of the patch 1.7. So, I have been playing a little bit during work today because I worked from home, power went out at work so I couldn't access files, so I kind of just had some time to queue up for some matches. So, I've already been playing a lot of the patch. I guess I shouldn't say a lot, but I've probably got 10 matches in today. So this is the team I ended with yesterday. I was experimenting with Volcrane. I liked some of it, not all of it. I basically didn't like these three. So I tried swapping some stuff around. I landed on Nestless Psypat because I realized that Psypat still has Prio with Ice Cubes, which is really the only thing it got nerfed with. Then I realized it also actually gets Martial Strike. And since Martial Strike lost its Prio, it can be used with Slingshot, so I tried this combo out. Still doesn't feel great. I don't know. I tried a lot of Volcrane. First 4 matches of the day, it just got banned. After that, it was a lot of either stall or fast aggro. You know, I think and Volcrane got banned more. Like, out of the 10 matches, I think it got banned like 6 or 7 times. It was ridiculous. Lawali feels just so bad. It's typing. I feel like I need it specifically for this matchup, and it's so I want it to be useful, but it just doesn't exist on the wind side of things anymore. I tried Barnshee just because you need a wind. Toxics are running rampant. They're all over the place. Because waters, natures, and winds got the short end of the stick this patch, which is fine. A lot of them were a little overtuned. Okay, the waters and winds, I think those nerfs were justified. I think nature's got hit way too hard. I don't think Brockland should have lost Plague. I don't think Lawali can really function without Hypoxia. And I think Amphitrite needs Plague back too. But the problem is that some types went completely untouched. I feel like there's no reason that Toxics shouldn't have gotten nerfed hardly at all. They're everywhere right now because winds kind of suck. Fires didn't lose much of anything at all, so we're seeing a lot of Drakashas, Hedgens, Kapires even, just because the typing's good and since waters aren't nearly as good. I don't know, I guess it's still pretty early on, but it's just a bit rough. Yes, I got unstuck pretty early on. I actually wasn't the first one to experience that soft lock, somebody else was. And Shuni had asked somebody to send player logs along with it, and they did. Or I sent it to him, and apparently the issue is something to do with Kaleidoscope. So just warning, don't use Kaleidoscope for the foreseeable future. It'll probably be fixed in 1.7.1, but yeah, Kaleidoscope bad. And also, Lore, good to see ya. Toxics OP. Well, it's just most Toxics went unchanged, and everything else got nerfed. Or winds got nerfed. You can't winds and toxics basically are paired together. The reason winds are strong is because toxics are strong. Like they're intertwined. You can't just nerf one of them and leave the other unchecked. That's not okay. At all. Bad decisions there, but I'm not going to play this team today. I'll probably here's a code if anyone cares. If I remember, I'll go back and post it in like yesterday's video. Here's also that code. I did put this team together today, and this is the one I'm going to play and try out. If you can tell, this is going to be the head charge team. Because I still really love what they did to this move. I think this is really fun, and yeah, I think I tweaked spreads a little bit. I think I'm going for a little bit bulkier Piranhans. With speed. I got 2 Vine, which I think I left the exact same. I could probably swap that for HP instead of attack. I should probably do that, actually. Okay, whatever. We got 2-2, which I'm running Head Charge and H-Slap on, and I think H-Slap will be okay instead of Show Off, and I'm going to not run Double Gash. I'm just going to run Feathergat. I think that'll be just fine. And then Anatan also gets Head Charge, which is something that I don't think can be completely ignored. We're going to have to try it out. But Anatan likes to heat up anyways. But then, like, somebody will be like, oh, I'm going to swap in my Earth type to this. Okay. Now you can do 2x damage. Even if it doesn't kill, if you can do like 60-70%, finish it off with a faster Tem with like Prio or something, that's like crazy. And if you have it below that health threshold, it can't even swap into Anatan anymore. And every time Anatan uses the move with synergy, it gets defense up, which is something Anatan loves. I think this could be huge. You do lose Mineral Hail, which is your spread option, but you know, yeah, maybe I'm overestimating it, but I think there's potential here. And because I don't need to run Mineral Hail, my rotation's a lot cheaper, and so because anyone who knows my rotation, I know this one by heart. It's 500, 150, 350. You can save 50 TVs and stay and put it back in attack. So Gyalis. Oh, I didn't spread this thing yet. Good thing I checked. So the idea is actually that I'm running Crystallize. I didn't want to scuff my Gyalis' speed. So, but I still want on-tempo H-slaps, at least from Piranhient, if needed. So what it is after a Crystallize and my speed drops, then I can use H-slap and be faster at this speed break point. But I need to spread this thing quick. I'm also trying Slingshot Glassblade, since Glassblade is also out of Slingshot, or it's in Slingshot range now, and then I have a really cheap option. So just theoretically is like 18 plus 26 plus 23 minus 10. Yeah, I can just sit at 61 stam. I don't want to sit at less than that. I probably could get away with it, but I just don't want to. I'll max HP since I have mirroring, and we'll just put the rest in attack. I've got mirroring because one, special techniques. When I'm running Crystallized, is what they're probably going to want to use on me, and two, so Crystallized actually gives immunity, so then I wouldn't have to worry about status effects. Broccolum's pretty standard. It still sucks that it lost Plague. Right now I've got Martial Strike on it to scale its special attack, because if I do something where I can finish something off with Martial Strike, and then do a +1 or +2 Inner Spirit, I think like that is a lot of damage yet. But then you don't have a Prio option. Could try like Dim Mock, wherever that is. Yeah, here. Since that does 130 damage. I almost even put Front Whip just so I have 2 nature moves. I don't think Allergic Spread's going to be the play though. This is just an offensive Mimit I can kind of put anywhere. And I've got Mastion just because I have a really bad, really bad fire weakness. Because I have 4 fire weaks, and then Anatan can't hit fires outside of sort of head charge. So I needed something else besides Piranhients. But then I've also got kind of a bad electric weakness, but I've got 4 electric resists, so, or 3 and then a 2-vine. Don't know, but we're gonna try it. Blue Steel, hey, how's it going? And yeah, Bossy's emoting. Brock, yeah. I still like Broccolum. I am not gonna play the Revitalize on it. I've seen a few stall teams, but I haven't seen anyone running it yet. A lot of the stall teams are kind of the same things we've always seen. Like Cowrin, Pig, Nidrasil, Yowler, Raid Boss, Volerins. Not a lot of people seem to be trying the new stuff. YBL. So the reason I wasn't streaming before is I was technically on the clock at work. I was working from home. So I was able to play matches, but I didn't want to stream because I could have, one, gotten like a call and had to just drop everything immediately. Or two, if anyone from work ever happened to figure out that I streamed since I'm posting this on YouTube, that could be really, really bad. New patch gave me motivation to do new stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, there's at patch start, there's always like stuff to try, but there's not a whole lot of it. I'm still not a big fan of this patch. I think the fact that pretty much nature's got a universal nerf, that waters and earths are better, but waters also just aren't great, so earths are just kind of the way to go right now. Pretty much Every team has to run Volphy because it's the only viable nature left. And it was pretty good anyways. Acronox is still just as common as ever. I don't know. And then you'll get people running a lot of fires just because waters aren't as bad. I don't know. It's just, it's changing stuff up. I'm gonna definitely need to get some games in before I feel comfortable making a tier list. I hope this team is good. I don't know if it's going to be. I'm a little worried about the stall matchup, honestly. Because I do have 3 H-slaps and a Mimit and a heat up. And I think I even have Rage on the Mastion. So it's like I tried to prepare as much as I can, but a good stall player just has so many options. And then it's just thinking about what kind of team I want to try after this. I don't know. I think the only team I'd want to give a go after this is maybe the Taifu Windkoish combo. Like make a full team like that. Maybe try Waspine too. Hope they consider it later. Maybe give stuff back they took away. I'd be very surprised. I know in comp chat yesterday, Mustache Man came in and said that they'll stop in after a few days because they want us to play and experience the patch first before we have any like large discussions on what we think. But they said they're gonna come in and we can ask any questions we want about the patch. So I'm gonna just try and prepare some questions and just ask stuff because there's some things I'm like, what caused your... Oh, I had a question written up. What was it? So one of the questions is going to be like, what was the problem with Zyzer that they had attempted to fix with this patch? Okay. Fire's bad, so we ban Drakash. Even though a heat up head charge could probably do a ton of damage to the Drakash. I want to know kind of like what their thought process was with some of these changes, because it just doesn't make sense. I could ask the same thing on Amphitheater. What was the problem with Amphitheater that you decided to nerf it? Ask that to the balance team. Don't get why they made a new trait and didn't just give Mudred a nerf to spoil sport. I'm also surprised it's just Mudred. Like, couldn't they just have also given that to Mix instead of a Rejuvenate? I guess people still wouldn't run it, but I don't know why they just didn't keep it at 25% and leave it as spoil sport anyway either. I was not focusing. I think Brocklem's still good here. I don't need the nature. Well, I mean, if Oshiara was picked, I couldn't really touch it right now. Amphi and Lawali don't make sense. Weak and Lawali were taking away good coverage. And Amphi only has one other nature move. Could have better off taking off T-Strike. So the thing is, if you, I looked through the entire Discord yesterday and kind of, because I was curious what the general opinion on the changes were, and most people are happy with them. Very surprised to see it, but I guess it's 50-50. Half the people are like, yeah, these are great changes. This is one of the best patches we've had in a long time, and then the other half is just like, this was the last straw and I'm done. Very, very split. And I kind of get it. But there's people who are like, yeah, the Lawali change was awesome. It's like, have you played Lawali since then? It sounds great on paper, but as soon as you start removing a Wind, who actually was relatively balanced because of its kind of crappy stats, And also, it's the fact that it's weak against one of the Tems it wants to be strong against. I think we do. And then there's stuff like Amphitheater. I think most people aren't a fan of that. Other people are thinking Saku change was great and stuff. There were some highs and lows. Those who don't do PvP probably think it was alright. I'm not talking about them. I'm mainly talking about the people in comp chat. Bastion's slower than a Volorend. I was debating on Raging. I don't have any prio partners. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't like a whole lot of the patch. I said that my initial thoughts were it was about 20% good changes, 30% bad changes, and half the changes didn't matter at all. Ooh, Smoldering Kiss, even after the slingshot. It is Intimidator. Oh, Intimidator also blocked Welcomer. I'm like, is this another visual bug? No, it was genuinely blocked. Can't use Water Blade, still stuck with Lava Wave. You for one didn't mind Saku losing Boomerang. Did you run it for a while? What, you swapped to Debris. So the reason they gave it Hypoxia is because they needed to pass it down to Taifu. They needed a Tem that can pass it to Taifu for the egg move. So I misunderstood that yesterday. It clipped like in the middle of the night. So that it makes sense. It's stupid. I don't like it, but it makes sense. Millie, hello. I guess Saku's got so many moves, but my favorite moveset was always Lifeful, Boomerang, Frond Whip, and Narco. Now you have to lose either one of your coverage or your healing. Or your nuke, I guess. It sucks. I don't need Bastion for anything. Broccolum is a little more valuable. This is a good time to pivot in Gialis. I see you're running as well, but Debris over Boomerang. Yeah, Debris just doesn't seem great. Oh, V-Gust. I was expecting that to be a slow. Oshiar for the spread Vegas, maybe? Yeah. That's fine. I was really kind of just waiting for Bastion to die, but I figured I'd get some damage off if I could. What does Crystallize do again? Yeah, +4 defense, -1 speed. It's goofy, I know, I know. Shellance in range to die to a chains hit, I believe. Power bank. Wind burst, okay. Kinda wish I had turbine here, but whatever. Using a Rejuve Mix install. Well, that's just because Rejuve Mix doesn't have any other options. You like the move? Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. This is tough. It's probably going to be a V-Gust Feathergat into the Brock slot. I don't know if it matters though, I think I always do this. Because right now I need the Volar Undead so that Broccolin can function. You got CPG, that's really greedy. That's really greedy of him. Well, let's just click the button since we have it. I think I can live a CPG. Yeah, easily. Synergy head charge. Zero attack. Alright, yeah, that was pretty sad. That health went down fast though. Yeah, I mean that doesn't kill from full, not on a Welcomer Shellant. A Bruiser one with max special attack, maybe. Also, yeah, you get that +1 defense, and like I know the Mineral Hail was on resist, but I don't even think I'd die to Feather Gallings before I could kill the thing with Chain Hit. Because of self-care and nutbar. Alright, got our first win. I faced off against this player like 3 times already today. Because despite the patch being new, there's still not a whole lot of players on. It's a little sad, but that's how it is. Yeah, Adoro was still another weird change. I think Adoro's fine. Because Synergy Emanip still hits pretty hard. with Synergy Master. Yeah, because that's effectively 80 BP. Beta Burst was only 100. Keeps Adoro's identity a little better. But it's just, like, I think my biggest problem with the patch is that you can't do large sweeping changes like this and then leave half the roster as they are. Because then every single Tem that got hit with the changes is in a much worse place. And every single one that hasn't got hit is the same. So it's basically like, if this is like... Yeah, I mean... If this is like your average Tems, we didn't gain a whole bunch more like above average. But the average stayed the same, and the new Tem, or the Tems that got changes, are like down here. So just by default, like all of these Tems that were already decent or good before, but didn't get touched, are still very strong. So Volphy, who like used to be a B tier, well, guess what? Every single nature like plague user got nerfed except Volphy. So now Volphy all of a sudden probably rises back to A tier purely because it's just the best like offensive nature. And then you get stuff like Acronox, who they take a move who doesn't matter away, and it's spacing in the same spot. Shamarian lost Glassblade Prio, which is relevant. But that's not enough to take it down. I haven't seen a single Tolkien at all this patch yet, which is kind of nice. Make stall great again. It's like the best stall patch we've had, maybe ever. I guess. I didn't play pre-Arbory, but best stall patch since Arbory came out. How you doing, Ryder? It's been a while. Acronox lost Rotten. That is not even hardly a nerf. Like I know you love Acronox, but it is not okay right now. Best off patch was when Arbory came out. That's kind of surprising. Back when you had the, I guess, so that was before the stat changes got split from 5 total stages to 8. But you had stuff like on-release Aggressor and Spiritual. And you had stuff like on-release Hostile. You had Stabmaster, Unseen Momo. Stuff like Valash. That's really surprising. Quested Slingshot. Oh! That's right, Slingshot and Taifu. Wasn't that the patch immediately after Arbory, though? I thought there was... I guess I did forget about that, though. So that's a fair point. There's a buff because people need to stop playing with Rotten Goo. I know those changes were on Arbory release, but I thought that it became like the meta once they actually hit. Oh, I guess no, Hostile and our Aggressor did kind of stick around for a couple patches, so yeah. Fair enough. Billy, how's it going? You checked out the update at all, or just kind of done with Temtem on to better things? Hacker needs old Slingshot back. Blues. No, we're not talking about that Slingshot. We're talking about the one before that. Slingshot went through like what, 4 reworks? Because there was the initial one that happened that procced if you did a 4x resist on a Tem. Then it was one, but it gave +1 defense, special defense, and speed. Then it became, instead of 1/4 damage, if you did 20% or less to your opponent, you automatically got it. On any move, you did 20% or less damage, you got the Slingshot boost. And then they changed it so that it just gives speed on like low damage moves. And now that's in its current state. And then just nerf slingshot on Tifa Lash, we got the whole hostile aggressor meta out of that because no one thought about quant. Oh, gotcha. Done with Temtem, I'm still checking old Temtem streams and friends from time to time. Yeah, that's good. It's great to see you. Are you playing something else nowadays, or just kind of doing life stuff? It's going, but team building's trash. You haven't built a team yet. Fair enough. Gotcha. First bait. Oh, first bait was awful. I think a lot of people forget it, but it might just be like the trauma. People are pushing it out of their memory. That was awful design. Play against stall is really good. Yeah, I mean, it is. Tort losing Rangu. It does hurt. It just completely kills like the efficient offensive set. I do not think that's the direction they should have taken. Because all it enables stall Tortonite, but it kills offensive Tort, which sucks. Because offensive Tort was really cool until they gave it all the stat buffs, then it sucked. You want the one that gives defenses, not the super trash one? Oh, really? Okay. That's surprising. Well, that one was by far like the best. But I know like slingshot with just the damage or the speed boost was like Akra's main item back when Sting was physical. Real life TCGs. Oh, interesting. Is there a specific one you're into, or you're just kind of like playing a whole bunch of them? I never got into TCGs myself, but I know that there's so many people that just like they love Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, and I know some people who got into the Marvel TCG. Some people are into Lorcana and stuff. Male electric or mental fruit? You got a mental if I want eggs. Oh, I haven't stocked up on fruit in ages. I just spent money on an well, I guess I still have money, but auction house fruit is awful. Like you, good to see ya. Offensive Tort needs play Toxic Gash or Quartz Shield. You have been playing Lorcana, gotcha. Offensive Tort died with Deluge. Was a healthy change though. It definitely put a damper on things. I don't think it was dead by any means. It didn't have to be, but now it is. Now it's definitely dead. First big 2,000 people tournament. I got 128th. Was it like a Swiss round robin or something? Or was it like a bracket from the start? Because if it's at the bracket and you got 128, that sounds pretty darn good. The rest I have no idea. I've only played Temtem where our biggest tournament had 73 players, so that still sounds pretty good though. You're in like the top 10%. Harvey release. Am I in queue, by the way? Sometimes I forget when I'm just talking to y'all. I hope I'm in queue. Otherwise, I've kind of been trolling. Pain. Arbor release, most interesting because so much stuff was so busted, we had the largest variety you've ever seen. Bait was really the only unhealthy, everything else was broken, but kind of balanced itself out. Yeah, so it's... I think the Arbory patch was very crucial to whatever kind of future that Crema wanted to outline for the game. Because if they wanted to cater towards more casual players, they should have kept the Arbory changes around and just tried to bring everything up to that power level. You would have everything would have been broken, but nothing's broken if everything's broken, sort of thing. And it would have been just chaotic. It would have been fun, goofy, just a good time. But they wanted to take things down the TemCS competitive route, and that being what it was, that patch should have never happened. I don't think. I don't think that patch was healthy at all from a competitive standpoint. Like you say that bait was the only thing that was broken, but I don't think everything being broken is a good balance theology, personally. So, interesting Swiss round format for TCGs. Gotcha. So many female mentals, you're about to waste the odds. I mean, If it's stuff like a MIDI, I wouldn't bother. Even Aohi's pretty commonly used. It's like they're picked up for FERT nowadays on digilayers. So it really depends on the mental. Swiss round is in game 2 format. Choose best of 3 online and top cut. 2 games format is even out. Who begins first? Because each player begins one time. This is only workable in Swiss rounds. Get a bonus point if you win both games. Gotcha. So rather than like you win a set, you just gain a point if you get a win, and you get a bonus point if you win both. That is interesting for sure. What patch? The initial Arbory patch. The one where they had a whole bunch of broken stuff on release. Like probably the most broken things on release ever. And then instead of like raising power levels to reach that, they lowered everything, which I think was healthy. But I think if they kept things toned, like they didn't have any relevance of a balanced team back then. So, but I mean that's just my opinion too. Pocus, Mintle, and Sandby. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't bother keeping the FERT on Sandby. It's 100% spawn rate. If you're just looking for something to hotfix, probably get it. Also, you have Matter Teleport, which I'm not sure how expensive it is nowadays, but it is more expensive. So you'd actually rather go for a Digilayer MIDI than you would ever want to buy eggs. Not saying it was good balancing, but it was the most interesting patch by far, especially because they botched the next patch so completely, then 2 weeks nobody played PvP anymore. That's fair. I mean, interesting is definitely what I would say too. I think the current game is... it's just more mathematical, which is kind of more my style. I can appreciate a good fun sort of patch, but I'd rather have something like that be casual and not as crazy. Magma probably needs to be banned here. Because it walls so many of my Tems. Brocklum, Gialis completely. Yeah. Magma walls like half my team in. Best of 3, the player who begins first has a little advantage statistically. Right. I actually really like that system. I have seen similar ones implemented before. So I hope that that's kind of a thing that continues to happen. I don't think it would necessarily work in a game. I guess it could definitely work in Temtem too. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so 2 toxics, 1 mental. 2 earths. I mean, 2 vines pretty much free here. It's sad that it's the same players now and in the morning. Yeah, I mean, there's it's not like players are coming back really. And like I said, we actually lost more players than gained this patch, because half the people who saw the patch was like, that's the last straw and I'm done. And a lot of the players, like the old comp players, saw the patch, and even if they thought it was good, they're like, this is cool. This should have happened 3 years ago. Because I know Lulu stopped in comp chat, and he was kind of discussing things, and he's like, this patch is awesome. It's full of great stuff, but at the same time, I'm not playing Temtem much anymore. Maybe play a few games, but it's never going to be what it was. So, I mean, I don't blame him for that. I think that's kind of the common sentiment right now. I might just win off this lead, honestly. There's 3 crystal weeks. If I ban Gario and kill Volphy, Anatag can pop off. I think if I ban Tuvine, there's just not a whole lot that stops this lead. I guess Mix. Oh, I need to ban Mix. I don't have any spread moves. That kind of sucks. But yeah, I don't really have much of an option there. I have to ban it. You have to strike the balance between fun and mathematical. If you go too much into mathematical, get the fun part. Most players won't like it. Basically every patch. Well, I guess it depends on what you like in a game. Because what I enjoy most is flexibility. I think being able to choose from a wide variety of Tems that can do a wide variety of things is what makes for the most interesting gameplay. But I know that there's others who are like, well, no, I mean, but I'd still like it to be relatively fair chances for everything. Like, I'm in the boat that I don't think that Platimus should have lost Paralyzing Poison. I think if somebody wants to play a slower, bulkier Platimus, I think they should be welcome to and have a move that kind of supports that. I don't think it would have been overwhelming by any means. It's 3 holds on a squishier Tem, and yet I know that people like Plat have run bulkier stuff like that in the past. So it's just like, why was that removed? Even Acronox, I think it's still just fine for it to have that move. If you want to play like a toughen Paralyzing Poison stall Acronox, go for it. I don't think there should be anything stopping you from that. Alright, so we split attack here. But when you start removing, like, I don't think the little Tuvine rework this patch was good. I don't think it was. Like, losing Turbine, gaining Mineral Hail, why not just add Mineral Hail? Tuvine has such restricted moves anyways. I guess it's just to remove its priority. Why not just nerf its stats then? Why did you have to buff its stamina too? What do you gain? I don't know. You enjoy stacking Toxics and leaving Yeller mid. That's when you have the most fun. You would love to play that Acra? I mean, you can. It has Paralyzing Poison now. They added it back. Thanks. I requested it. I don't know if that's what did it. It seems like nice, over half. It seems like they listened to about half the things I said. No, that's not quite that many, but they did listen to a handful of them. Yep, they brought it back. They took away Rotten Goo and they gave it Paralyzing Poison. It's just stupid anyways. Taking away different playstyles from Tems is the opposite of what you want, especially if you're not planning on releasing new ones. Yep, 100%. Exactly. I think what they've done with the baby Tems is good. I just think that they have restricted the fully evolved Tems way too much. Kaleidoscope? No. Probably good it's not Kaleidoscope, because then I would have potentially crashed. I guess Tuvine slow. Kind of sucks. I mean, Gario did take the hit and lost the autonomy, so I could hit it with a... Do I have another melee? No, because... Yeah, the other one's got banned. I'm gonna Mirror Shell and then put the Gario to sleep. Refreshing Diabolo will pop, and then I'll also get regen from building blocks. So Tuvine will be pretty healthy, and it'll be +4 special defense. And it's good damage on Gario, so. There's the Ebolo. Building blocks, receptive should. Is it Burglar Volfi? Did I miss that? It must be Burglar. I saw it wasn't highlighted, but I thought that's just because it hadn't procced yet. No, but it's apparently Burglar Volfi. So I swapped 2 Vine out for Piranha Tier. Rest on 2/2. Swap in Mimit next turn. It is Burglar? Okay. That's interesting. I guess now it can be relevant. Interesting. Why would you go for the no health 2/2? It dies here. It's OX'd and poisoned. Maybe predicting me to get a hold off on something. That did way better damage than I thought. And now with the Nidrasil down, there's nothing to really stop double Piranhans. I'm actually just gonna ignore the Gario because it doesn't do anything on this board. 2 Vine swap for Nesla. If it's not Camo, it gets frozen. That's a lot of damage. I can literally just do that again and it dies. Ooh, Earthbreaker. I like that. I like it. Thanks for proccing my energy reserves. Yeah, I mean, Earthbreaker never kills there. Kind of sucks that it seizes, so I don't get my first aid kit, but that's okay. That's okay. You wouldn't know, never used Piranha. Yeah, I've used Piranha a lot. It's a good I like it. Despite what people say. Self ice cubes. I could, but I'm just gonna die here, so I won't get the chance. Head charge relevant. It's weird seeing double Piranha doing more than, well, nothing. This kind of sucks because I need that Volfi to go down and the Nesla to go down. If this Nesla has Electric Storm, I probably just die. I don't know if it will. Two War Drums? Yeah, my bad. I gotta swap in Anatan here. Double 2 Vine wins. Yeah, I guess I forgot I could swap out Mimit and transform. There is an electric storm. I should have gone for a double ice cubes onto the Volphy. Yeah. Kind of deserve to lose this one. Maybe I should have double swapped there. +4, good chance I win. No, I never win. Anatan dies here. And I'm not gonna outspeed the Volphy with Plague. I think I have to hope for it though. But I don't have Turbine to outspeed the Volphy. I don't win this. No. Am I actually gonna win the Sandstorm Greed? If you just DV the Anatan there, I lose. The only way was double 2-vine? Yeah. No, I mean, he threw. You kill the Anatan there and you win, but now... Well, I guess does Nesla OX? It might not OX. If it doesn't OX, he's fine. No, he does, yeah. I need the Cold Geyser to kill. I did over a quarter with the first one. I guess I can Cold Geyser into Ice Cubes regardless. I guess I just head charts actually. You thought you should DV the 2-vine? So if he did that, I actually would have... killed... Oh, I was like, oh no, does that do something? If he DV'd the 2-vine, I would have killed the Volphy with... whatever it's called. Head charge. Like, that would have one-shot it. Dang, if his Soil Stream did a little bit more, he'd win. No, I have a higher physical defense. You click Soil Steam there. It doesn't matter, but... GG. Yeah, that one was way closer than it should have been. If I saved the Mimit and done something else, the game could have gone differently. Is anyone in Diamond yet? Oh, please tell me I'm not actually facing Genesect now. He's online, but wasn't in a match. Like I said, I got some anti-stall. Which one's holding old mom's lunch? Anyone want to give me the sauce? Probably gonna have to be a Galio span. You can't use this. Yeah, the team was still, yeah, it would have been rough no matter what. Still looking for a Luma Scunch. It's not a high priority. I actually spent most of my feathers, so I can't just spend them left and right. But yeah, Scunch is a Luma I still don't have. Alright, yeah, I think we're gonna go with the Galio span. Yeah, I do have an okay matchup. I kind of wanted to try stall, and this is the first time I faced Genowall patch, so I don't entirely mind. At the same time, though, like, this still sucks. Completely unwinnable if he bans Tutsu. I have a lot of H-slap. I think I picked Tuvine just because it's good against Volorend and Tort. 2 going by a non-perfect with both egg move. Yeah, sure, I'd pick one up. Be a good project for later. So I have enough to buy some more soul binders and stuff. H slaps is clutch. Yeah, I mean that's part of that's part of the tech. Even when you have a good matchup, it sucks playing versus stall. I mean, it's tough. I wouldn't say it sucks. I'd say it's tough. Because I think that stall is always an interesting matchup. I think I gotta ban the Yowler now, because if he's got tough and I'm toast. I also have Rage on the Mastion. And Martial Strike on the Broccolum. Think he runs Skull Helmet? Gotcha. Perfected the other one since it was actually an egg that hatched and never sold. Oh. I think there's like 1 or 2 stats that just have an excess of hotfixes in because none of my Lumas actually needed it. So if you've got one that's got like a whole bunch low in that one of them 2 stats, I'd definitely be interested in picking it up. Let's go home. It's much worse from here. Yeah. So it's Strange Vest Vola, so this will be good for him. At the same time, I do not have Determined on these. It is receptive. And so he can get Toxic Plumes off on me. That's what I was thinking it was going to be, but it's not because the bee swapped into that slot. Not going to plume me without Receptor revealed. Good point. Would not work in a best of 3. And maybe I should swap back to Determined. I just noticed the Babo's name. Building blocks to gear this revealed. I think it is, but I'm not sure, honestly. Firewall to prevent the isolate. No point in lowering the Voloran's defense because it has Strange Vest, so it's gonna actually be lowering its special defense, and Brocklem's my only special defense Tem. He doesn't have an Earth type, so no synergies he swore made. Self-reset, interesting. Beef up, it sucks. And I guess this is a little problematic because I'm not going to have a whole lot to deal with the Voloran with Mastio, Pirani, and Broccolum in the back. I need to get these two off the field. I need Broccolum to be one of the two slots, and probably Mastio to be the other. Hit building block, or no, I think you have to H-slap it because Vola beats all my back, yeah. Yeah, I know, Strange Vest is really bad for me here. Raising its attack one more time so that I can't get... I need this to kill bad, if I have any chance. Yeah, I mean, he was raising his attack one more time so that he can one-shot Broccolum before Camouflage and Piranha before Energy Reserves, so that's smart. Self-proc camo. I can ice cubes it? I already did. Too slow. Toxic slime. Is that 45? No, not quite. And for the Brock that or the Piranha at that time. Is there some stream delay? It's like the turn already happens by the time you guys are responding. That's kind of funny. I think there's a bit of delay. As long as it's not like laggy, that's fine. I was pretty sure Tort would swap in, but I wasn't 100%. Drool. Okay. Seven, good to see ya. How's it going? Looks like you've been playing a lot of Elder Scrolls. Has that been any good? I know there was an update for it. It's my new favorite technique, head charge. It's not gonna be enough. You can't keep up with the healing though, just a lone Baboa. Always playing ESO, facing your main game system. Oh really? I actually didn't know that. Bob was the one that heals on rests. I don't have any toxic, so it doesn't really matter. 22,000 hours of playtime. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I wonder how much time I've sunk into League. I don't think I want to know though. Quartz shield, okay. No, that's kind of nasty. How's the new update? The arcade bar is a complete and utter joke. Absolutely horrible, trash, garbage. As far as the balance patch, it's mixed to say the least. I'm trying to focus and win this stall match quick, and we can talk more. Already won. Seems like it. But it's not technically won yet. Strange Vest Waterblade. Forgot about that one until I, like, halfway through the match, but I realized it would be a good way to finish off the guy. He has to kill Bastion here. No? Alright, that's fine. You know, I was gonna say, I've got the meteorite back up, so I just used it on the Babua. Okay, so, oh, diamond. Alright, so there are some good changes, some bad. The way I summarized it as 20% good changes, 30% bad changes, and half the patch doesn't matter. It just, they completely gutted. I think it's bad overall because half of... So they really made drastic changes to nature types and wind types, larger changes to water types as well, and then they left toxics untouched, and like fires and earths untouched. So it's just kind of not great. They buffed a whole bunch of stall tools. It's like they tried to make a big sweeping patch, but then only got through about a third of the roster. It's really weird. But, you know, they added some fun stuff as usual. GG, yeah, that was a pretty good match. I think that with the knowledge he's gained, he would beat me in a second time. Like, usually the first time you're playing against a stall player, they don't know what moves you have, they don't know how you're gonna play. And as soon as they learn that, you don't have to be afraid of stuff as much, so. Now make 2 Vine determined. I mean, the building blocks really hasn't done much of anything at all for me. I thought it would be kind of nice to pair with Mirror Shell now. But it might just be like a Mineral Hail play. I'm gonna leave it a bit longer for now just to see if it gets some more use, but chances are determined will be helpful. Yeah, but Toxics should have gotten hit multiple times. They had like 10 lines of changes for Nidrasil, and the only thing it did was really they removed cooperation, which is the last thing anyone asked for. It doesn't do anything. Like, sure, you can remove his 10% healing that he hardly ever clicked. It doesn't change how strong he is. Plus basic coming back for every major event after not playing for months and can simply rock usual toxic horror away. Yeah, him and J-Dragon could probably both come back and just run the same team. I mean, at least Plotimus and Tolkien finally got hit, but Plotimus may have been a bit overkill. That 2-Vine works better on stall. The idea is it's kind of like a very bulky offense, with offensive scaling to beat even slower teams. That's kind of the what I'm going for. 2-Vine did lose Turbine. They turned it into a slower... They took away some speed, gave it a ton of stamina, and they made Mirror Shell not low prio anymore, so you can use it on tempo. +3 stam on spores. Oh, I forgot. That's still practically nothing. Congratulations, you lose 4 stamina a round instead of 0. It's still going to take the entire match for your 81 stam or even 61 stam Yggdrasil to run out. It's just, who cares? That doesn't solve the issue. Why is Try Apothecary still 3 turns of toxic? Just make it 2. And healing, it should probably just be 2 as well. Platy's still really good. I have not seen any Platies be useful, and when I tried it, it felt awful. Horrible. I don't think I'll ever be able to play Plat again, unless it gets some massive overhaul. So Cone's beating everyone with the senior Plat team. Yeah, I faced him earlier today. Just 4 toxics, because that's really what made me realize, wins are in a really bad spot now. Because you get stuff like Barnshee Owlhe that are already practically irrelevant. They get to keep their movesets, but they're already so bad. You lost Turok. Turok lost a lot from this patch. I think it's good overall. But when Turok's one of the bigger toxic counters, it hurts. 2-Vine losing Prio hurts really bad. And so it's just Tolkien getting hit. Chukai sucks. It's like, what are you going to use against toxics? Your options are basically play a bulky 2-Vine. And that's it. Oh, yeah, Saku got hit. So many wins got hit, and toxics that got untouched, and it's just insane to me. Like, funny question, but when were toxic Tems ever really nerfed? Good question. Couldn't tell you. They lose 10 BP on wastewater once every 3 patches. That's about the extent of it. Buy Apothecary. That is okay, but they call it Tri-Phytologist as well, and it's 2 turns of Invigorized. Okay. At the very least, make it 2 turns of poison. Like minimally, if that's what they need to do. If you faced him with Owlhe Barnshee, you insta-win. He gets to ban 1. I faced him with Lawali Barnshee, and he banned Barnshee instantly, and I didn't even get to play. Like, Lawali sucks. Lawali's not even a win. Even if you get a Hurricane off on an Yggdrasil, it barely does half. Hurricane is not a great... It's not a good offensive move, it's a good support move. Hurricane would be a nice option to have on backhanded Lawali. It should not be your primary option for Botanist Lawali. It just kills the Tem. Meant having both. Yeah, you can run both on a team. Just like you can run multiple 2i evolutions. You can't run the baby with the evolutions. You can't run Venx and Ventil, but you can run Ventil and Venmet. So you can't run the baby with the evolution. So no Towley Barnshee. Remember Senior Plat complaining about Benefactor Keener being OP. You somehow managed to set it up against his toxics, and because he's back then didn't really offensively invest. That's kind of fun. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Benefactor Kinu was like the off trait for so long. So I'm assuming that's kind of when you're talking. Oh boy, 100 feathers, guys. I was wondering, where did my feathers go? It's because the battle... No, because then I used Novus for that. Don't know. You can't run Ventil and Venmet either? No, you can run. You can run both of them. You can't run Venx and Ventil. Or Venx and Venma. You can run both of the evolutions. 100 like that's kind of a nice banner. I'm gonna believe like I can check after this just to show you. But that's not 100% that I would ever take. Yeah, I can try afterwards. So there are some people trying roller, which I was thinking about it. And with less waters and natures around, all of a sudden roller stonks are up. Also because roller likes playing a slower game, lower turn 1 options also mean more value. Plus Adora losing beta and stuff, I think roller could actually be really solid this patch. Lose Tutsu here makes sense. I'm gonna ban the Vola just because I don't know which trait it is, and it does kind of counter my team pretty well. Be stupid if you can, because you can play a 6-2i Evos in a team. No, I'm 100% that you can, but I'll just show him, because I'm sure he doesn't want to load up the game. Probably has it uninstalled like most people. Talk is the only time you can run different Evos up for some reason, from what you remember. No. Tolkien sucks for me, but at least it's not as bad for... I mean, it's really not as bad. You're gonna boot up Temtem now? Alright, yeah, go ahead. Because this match might take a little while. Two Vine's safe in general, but I don't think I can go double Two Vine. I think this is the best I can do. Just take the Smoldering Kiss on one of them and just double into the Tyrannac. I want a token to be good, so Funky returned. I don't even think Funky quit because he got bored of the game, did he? I thought that he quit just because of life stuff. Like he was in medical school or something. Could be wrong. It's just like what I heard from other people. Alright. Now I ban the mix because spread moves are non-existent. Funk's on education. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not really time for the game. It's funny, he quits during the Temp CS, like one of the high points of like competitive Temtem, and leaves to go to school. Is gonna come back, and the game is literally like by the time he's done with school, there will probably be about 30 active players on the whole game. It'll probably be more than that. But we say it's bad, but it's gonna be worse by that time. Okay. Oh, yikes. Alright, I don't think this is an Anatan game. There's just two Earths. When he's done, we'll have to... That's a good point. Yeah, project down below. Both Earths? Yeah, I cannot pick... cannot pick Anatan. There's Anatan games, and then there's not Anatan games, and this is not one. Yeah, I mean, I think the plan is just to double in on the Tyrannac and then just see what happens. It covers for pretty much everything. Broccolum is kind of important. I'm probably getting doubled in on here, which sucks, but there's nothing I can do. I've got Gialis Bastion in the back, so it's not like I don't have things for the Earths. But it definitely would have been nice to keep Brock around. Wrenching Massage on the Owlhe? Weird. Heli Kick is so good turn 1 though. No, he's going for the Tuvine. Brocklim is the one I wanted more than Tuvine, so you can run them. Pretty sure you wanted to run Vental Venma and aggro team. Once in the game wouldn't let you. Skill issue. Now I'm wondering if he even has the move. This is actually a really good... oh no, it's Intimidator, isn't it? Dang, I was going to swap for Mimit. Because picking up the Owlhe would be really good for me here. So I kind of want Tuvine just for Goulder. We're gonna go Martial Strike just because one more hit won't kill it, and this will give me a boost long term. Play with Wrenching 2, almost max HP, almost max special defense. Really? Weird. I mean, you do you, but that's not the play I'd make. What is the update on to replay old season pass? Yeah, it's coming in 1.8. Getting holds off Gallus here is nice. And since Mastion took the Yoshidashi like a boss, that's pretty good. Oh, he swap. That wouldn't have been my guess. I wasn't 100% that would kill, but I figured it would, just because Mastion's attack is extremely high. I always forget, is it Mastion that has the highest attack, or is it Osakai? I think it's those two at the top, regardless. Crystallize isn't going to help me here just because Gary is using Soil Steam. Go for a Crystal Bite here just in case there's a swap. That did nothing. I didn't think it would be a lot, but that was 0 damage. Yeah, 15% ship on the Gyarados, not bad. Sitting here in front of someone AFK, you can't kill the Acronox. Of course it's Acronoxes. Crazy defensive type and stats. Probably Owlhe. Yeah, dang it, I should have doubled the slot. Heading out for today, need to get up early. Good luck. Thank you for stopping in. Have a good night. Does have turbine. Do move Sky into another slot just in case this happens again. Double Brock are going insane. The problem is it's a physical mimic and Brock is special. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. If I can kill Guldur, Brock might be able to win me the game. Depends on if a +1... +1 Inner Spirit kills Roller, which I think it might. But now that I'll... yeah. Should always save him. I know, I know. Ew, it's thick skin Roller too? Seriously? You don't see that often. Would you run on Saku now, debating on keeping it on your team, or maybe swapping it for another wind? I don't know. I think I'd probably just go Pedal Dagger Turbine Lifeful Narco and take the L. Okay, I lived that pretty well. I won't die to Roller this turn. Alright, I think that... no, it's not guaranteed yet. This is a very interesting situation. I don't know if a Feathergat kills the Guldur here. I don't even know if it really mattered. So if Feathergat doesn't kill Guldur, and I kill the Owlhe, I have to Soul Shell the Owlhe slot. Or no, I have to Resonate. Honestly, now we just talk so you can run Pedal Dagger and not run Wind. There's no disadvantage to doing this play. Because even if in this situation where he swaps in Gario, that actually just frees me up to use Soul Shout and double in on the Goulder unless he has Ice Cubes on Gario. Hello Kip, good to see you. How's the team going? It feels pretty good. I honestly don't even know what the win rate is. Have I lost one? I'll have to check the match history. Tuvine doesn't die to Ice Cubes. I think it'd be really close. I think it might. Doesn't look like he's running it though. With how long that took. Oh, that even killed. He really needed the Oshi drill to kill. I was confident that it wouldn't, and that he would OX on the Oshi, and then I would end up in that end game. GG. This was the first match because I didn't face you and your awful team. So I'm 4-0 right now with the team. But if I faced you with your Digi Fire Core, I wouldn't stand a chance because I'm both Digi and Fire weak. So this isn't a team I would ever feel comfortable running in a tournament. Ever. But it's fun. I like the team so far. I haven't got to click head charge a whole lot, but the times when I do, it's been pretty good. I think head charge is definitely more of a move meant to be used against mid-range teams, but there haven't been a whole lot of mid-range teams today. It's either been... I guess that last one was pretty bulky, so I could have used it, but I didn't have Piranha or Tutsu. I guess... Does head charge target both Tems? No. It's just a 100 BP melee move that with synergy is normal prio and raises defense. Really good on Magma Tutsu. Haven't tried it on Magma. It's probably a pretty good alternative to Oshi now. And if you can raise your defense with your... I don't know, I feel like most Magmats are just going to run trample sets though. I feel like at this point you kind of have to. So what makes Magma what it is? Although it's kind of weird. I still think it's weird that they basically took what was interesting and signature about Trample and they're just like, you know what, let's give it to Execution too. If Execution was on more interesting Tems, I think it might see some use. There was somebody it used to be on that they took it away from. Was it Shaolant or Molgu? I think it might have been Molgu. Yeah, it's shown, okay. Yeah, it was Molgu. I don't know why I wanted to run Execution on Molgu, but I'm still kind of sad about it. I think it was because most Molgus basically run Cyber Claw, Faraday Cage, and you could actually not have Turbo Attack, or you could not have Rush. Actually, I think it was in replacement with Rush, because they changed Adrenaline Shot. Or something. Molgu has a free... I usually ran Cyber Claw, Turbo, Faraday, and then Rush with Adrenaline Shot. That was what I ran. But now that Rush will always OX you, because Adrenaline Shot got reworked, then Execution might have actually been the play. You like Cage? Cage is good on Splitter, but I always run Sentinel. I'm actually kind of lucky I haven't run any sleep teams today. I don't have an energy drink. What does base speed Saku want Prio for? Probably the most relevant is Adoro. Because base speed Saku is 128. That means with Prio it gains 64 speed, so like 192. You can outspeed aerobic Volas with that. Base speed, at least. Most things that are running base speed, you can outspeed with Prio Saku. With Prio in general. With the exception of like Chimeri and Momo. Because those are like the fastest tubs. Fastest tubs that you don't always invest speed on. Mashuk. If you put a little bit of speed in your Saku, you can hit Mashuk. Maybe bulky ones, but then they're going to be parrier and it won't do a whole lot anyways. I think the problem isn't even so much the Prio, the problem is the damage. Because Debris Typhoon without Synergy does like what, 71 BP or something? I don't think it's a whole heck of a lot. Aches, alright. Good to see him online. Double Fire hurts, one of them's Hazrat though, so I can probably threaten that with my... Actually, I'd probably rather ban the Hazrat and deal with the Aohi with my waters. Because without Hazrat, he's kind of forced to bring Zalbian to beat my Mastion. And yeah, if I had gotten the ban on Ukama, then Anatan would have been really good as a second pick. Crystal Chrome? That's Mental Chrome. But yeah, it's interesting to see for sure. I think I always just pick Mastion first. I don't know how much speed he's got on the Zalbian, here's the problem. Because if I'm faster with Water Blade, then I just double Water Blade. And it dies. Or I mimic Water Blade if I knew, but I don't. $73 base, 95 of synergy. Yeah, see, 73 is just sad. If you and synergy is not something you're gonna have very often. I never account for having synergy with Debris Typhoon. If you're going out of your way to have 95 base damage on synergy, that's just you're barking up the wrong tree. Hypoxia has 110 without synergy. Yeah, it's got a high stam cost, but who cares? Better just keep on. I think Saku's just going to be in a really tough spot for quite a while. Crazy, hey, good to see you. I mean, ladder's been kind of mixed today. My longest queue was like 10 minutes, so it's still not bad. Kind of riding off the hype from the patch yet. Okay. Oh, he completely walls Broccolum. But I think I need Broccolum for like whichever one of these two is picked in Ukama. I still wish I had Plague. That would be so nice. Guess we just picked Tutsu. Collider's apparently broken. Yep, I was. That's what happened to me yesterday when I had to end the stream. It was actually a Collider bug. I'm glad they found that pretty soon. Really love Bulky Saku and wins the 1v1s. Debris for a tight. Well, now it works. Yeah, I mean, if debris works for you, I might as well keep using it. It feels so bad as your only wind move. Team looks ready for Nature Quaish. I mean, my team's not great against Nature Quaish now that I lost. Since the birds lost Nox Bomb, it doesn't fare so well into them. Oh, ready to add it because of Mimid Mastio? No, I just like these two as a combo. Please no Ukama. Wrong slots. Dang it. It was basically a 50-50 there. That's not even that bad of damage. Okay, that's a little worse. Targeting the Mimid, so I'm less pressured to swap out. If he swaps in Lawali here, I'll be hurting, but then he'll have a really bad board state for Lawali. Can't swap to Aohi yet, because he won't get the Ignis proc. Other wins, 2-2-2, so kind of depends on what you're looking for, I guess. You're back to being in love with Raze. That's good. It's always nice to have a Tem you like. Oh, I don't know if this kills. Is that to 55? Okay, it does, it does. I know the Mimid has less attack in Vest. It's not by a whole lot, but it does. So now I'm doing decent. Hoping they put Boomerang back. I'm definitely going to ask them to, but we'll see. I doubt it that they'd listen to me. Mastion's valuable. I'm going to keep him around. I'll keep the Mimid in just to try and get a Water Blade off, though. Swapping Gialisk it holds off. Sounds good, boss. You have a good night. Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, fair enough. Can be heat up. No, it isn't wastewater. Okay. I can't even bring in Broccolum to threaten out the stupid Ukama. I guess I do anyways, just because Broccolum isn't super great in the end game. Please no Cyberclaw. Cable link. Interesting. Of course. Lost the zombie in roulette, guys. Yeah, the Gala set's kind of goofy. Just kind of trying stuff out. It's definitely cooking probably a little too much. Ukama will OX if it attacks again. I just noticed he's got the chubby headset too. Whoa, that is a bulky Aohi. That is very bulky. This sucks. I can't really do anything here. Like, all this Aoi has to do is put me asleep, and then I'm just in bad shape. Please, like, Psywave or Matter Teleport or something. Or just be slow. No! Oh, it's on the Broccolum. No! Yeah. Marbles wouldn't have even done it. Where's Peck? Tutsu actually has some pretty good moves to slot in now. Peck would not be one of my considerations. Well, I couldn't swap even if I wanted to. Oh, I thought the Plague was going to be on the Broccolum to make me OX. That's not good. That's not good at all. I can't get the fire move off on the Loali now. And I died to the Zalbian. Oh. Does it have aquatic up? Probably does. Yeah. No, I don't. I lose. Dang. Bastion's Oh. If only I had Toxics. You know? You think he runs Sharp Rain? It doesn't matter. The worst part is, I couldn't have even taken the gamble that even if he stayed in on, even if he had, so the reason I didn't attack with Brocklim was partially because I thought he would OX me, so I wanted to get some stand back. But the other thing was that my Mastion's faster, and if I killed Lawali, I would not have been able to kill Yaohi because of Ignis. So losing Prio just sucks. Like, it's awful. I guess the Wally is like just a nature type is still good, and it's just not a wind anymore. They did give Brock A spread. They did give it A spread. It doesn't really help it. It doesn't really want to run A spread. Aohi, yeah, what in the world is that Aohi set though? Being able to rotate nature moves. I haven't had that problem yet. The problem is the speed loss. And not having a turn 1 nature. Those are like the two things that matter. Because when I can't stagger my speeds between like Mastion and Brocklim there, it's tough. Time for physical Brock. Physical Brock isn't any better. I don't know, it genuinely feels bad to play so many of these Tems after the patch. Like, they feel bad to play, and that is not good for gameplay. Like, Brocklim feels bad. Lawali feels even worse. I don't even want to touch Saku. There is no good Saku set anymore. Like, Piranha, it actually feels pretty good now. I think Tutu's back to being in a really good spot. Mastion didn't get changed, but I don't think it needed to. I think Mastion's doing alright. What about Turok? I haven't seen a single Turok yet. If they gave him Earthbreaker, I'd have given him a try, but Earthwave is a really bad joke. Waspin feels really good to play yourself. Yeah, I gave Waspin a little bit of a try. It does seem to be in a pretty good spot now. I think they finally found what they needed to do with it. So, like, it's different. I would kind of enjoy if they put Turbo Attack on it yet, and then make Wax Bath into an offensive trait. Just make it like Ruminant, except for fire type moves. I think Ruminant's actually decent too. Hasty Lunge feels good now. Brocco was always bad. It's just that you made him look good. No, Brocco was really good. His defensive typing is cracked and his ability is crazy good. He only works on certain teams, but I think that's just fine. Brocco was good. It was very good. I don't... And so why would they nerf him anyways? And like, it's not like Jenna was running Revet on a stall set. I have a feeling people tried Kelks with him and realized that it's still just not great. And why not just add Revet and keep Plague on him? Oh, because then he has turn 1 of both. Why did they hit the plague so hard? Shoot. I don't know. I don't think the stream is anything on my end. I can see it lagging a little bit. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's the particle effects stacking up. That stupid bug. I'm gonna restart the game real quick. I don't think I'm gonna stream for much longer anyways. Haven't eaten supper yet. I just wanted to get the stream out a little bit earlier today and try stuff. This team feels pretty good though. This will probably be my main go-to for the patch so far. It's nice to finally have Piranhient viable on a team. Like, Piranhient is not the one that's felt bad. In fact, Piranhient has felt really good, and that makes me happy. Anatan usually gets banned, or it's just not a game for him. Haven't had any kind of, like, oh, Anatan could be good here, but might not games yet. I might need to force it a little bit more with head charge, though. Let me know if it's any better. I'm hoping wiping the particles helped. Oh, that's such a weird bug, though. On turn 2, at least after a death swap in. That's interesting. I'm not sure if it's supposed to work that way. It sounds like it's probably okay. It's like, it's probably closer to balance now. Activates on turn 2, death swap in. So if something dies, you bring in a Tem. And then when they swap in their counter, you're already able to take it. That could be pretty good. But I think if Has Trap Drakash, yeah, I've seen it a couple times. I think it's better if it just stays under Drakash, because then I don't have to worry about it on other Tems, because it is such a devastating item. I think that's just kind of creative tech more than anything. I think the bigger problem is Drakash is probably really solid this patch, because like I said, waters aren't in a great spot, and that's really the big thing that prevents Drakash from being used. But then there's also, like, it still has prio. It still has turn 1 of both stabs. It has really great moves for other holds, like higher holds. So Drakash is probably going to be really good. But the problem is that the way they buffed it previously was to overload it with stats. And now that it's probably viable on its own, because it has a moveset that makes it stand apart from others, the stats are still there, making it ridiculous while also having everything else. Like, that is why you don't buff the stats of a Tem. You figure out these moveset things early on so that we don't end up with this situation where the Tems that had really good movesets now have crap stats and crap moveset, and because the movesets got nerfed, and then the Tems that were previously bad now have buff stats and good movesets, because they couldn't identify why the Tems were bad in the first place. And so they buffed him in other ways, not realizing that it's not going to help them. And so that when they finally buffed them in the right way, all of the other buffs just stay around. No, he was actually right below me in the overworld. I wonder if he queued up just because he saw me. Counts on the second turn. The first turn you're in. I mean, I'm not really sure, but kind of sounds like it. This team looks horrible for me. Double Earth, triple Mental, double Digi. There's at least no fires, but double Earth isn't something I wanted to see today. Acronox, okay. Tutsu. Tutsu Brock might be pretty good. But then I face the Waddle. I think that's okay. Yeah. I have to ban Mix now just because no spread. If Mix is on lead, it's not as bad. It gives me an advantageous lead, or I'm able to set up my attempts to kill it. But if it swaps in and gets into Puppet Master, that's a problem. That's why I ban it second all the time here. Yeah, this is not an Anatan game. Well, maybe it is. Maybe I gotta force the Anatan. Because imagine Mudrid swaps in to eat a hit from Anatan and all of a sudden, boom! Head charge. Like, that's the kind of thing you gotta use Anatan for now. And I mean, it's good against the Lowaddle and the Ragnet. And decent against Volorend. I don't have double gash on Giellis. Giellis is the GOAT. Problem is my moveset's trash on it. So I'll bring it. I'm not going to try the Anatan right now. Fishing mindset. It's not even... They could know I have it. And if they are thinking about it and they decide to leave their Tem that's weak to Anatan on the field while I have head charge up, that's still a win because they're not doing anything to Anatan. So Ragnet comes in for the Acronox. Or Volorend. Maybe it's probably Volorend. Volorend onto the Tutsu. Or Faraday onto the Tutsu. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I just have to do this. Still hurts though. No synergy, no lava wave. So I gotta go for water blades and just hope I can do enough damage to Lowaddle for it to be relevant. Handy swaps. Booklong's Acronox. No, Duragnet, okay. We're picking on both of them. Kind of interesting that my real Bastion's faster than the Volorend. That's a really slow aerobic Volorend. Like very, very slow. I'm not doing so great here though. I don't know if I can come back. He's gonna be a tornado onto this Bastion since I'm faster. And then the other hit will be onto Gal, or the other Bastion, the Mimit. Okay. Electric hit on the Gallus, please. Turbine, that works too. Okay. I think Ragnar swaps. No! Double swap, double swap, double swap. Oh, I'm already slow, so that's okay. Based on that damage, I want to say it's a bulkier Acronox, so I'm hoping I can outspeed it here. That's not something I wanted to take, though. No, I'm not faster? Why are people running over 232 on their Acronox? Or, I think it's 221. I don't know what I have on the 2-2. But why are people running their Acronoxes that fast? And why are they able to be that bulky? That's so stupid. Rocklam's got a lot of work to do this game. Yeah, this will be my last one today, guys. We're on max speed Grumper. To do what? Because max speed Grumper didn't get nerfed, but max speed Brock did. Live! Live! That really doesn't help me a whole lot. But it's kind of funny that I did. If I could have put the Lowaddle to sleep there, that could have been something. I guess it's nice because I still get tag team this turn. I don't think my Tutsu lives, but this is the most beneficial thing I can do if it does. Oh, that's nasty. Good play. I got nothing I can do against that. So my Tutsu was faster than the Lawaddle. And so I was trying to avoid a Synergy Faraday. The Volaren didn't even attack me, didn't lower its special defense. I'm weak as all get out, so didn't get nothing at all. Yeah, how did Volaren go untouched? Does anyone want to explain that to me? Funny enough, Lawaddle could... it just doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Just click. Lawaddle could Faraday Mastiono, push off my evasion, and also kill me. It already has a physical and special set viable. Yeah, I know. Remember when they gave it Wind Burst? Why? Take that away. Why does it even need V-Gust? Into a penance for the win? Sure, why not? Yep, there's my evasion. Oh, actually, it kills him, so I don't think it applies. Alright, what are the chances this is a 0 speed Madrid? Pedal Dagger, Hasty Amph. Yeah, I mean, that was just... It's definitely had to have been added for a story move. Still a goofy choice, though. Good job, game. Crystal dust is now spread. You could hear the animation go off afterwards for the Faraday cage. Oh, dang it, I dropped. Yeah, no, Mimit was done. Yeah, so quite honestly, this patch is frustrating. Probably more so than any patch ever before. Because it's not even that... It's not even that there's like one overpowered thing that everyone's using. The state of the current game is that half of the roster just got killed, and half of the last roster, the other half, was left untouched and in their ridiculously strong states. Patch is so chaotic, it's like they turned off their brain when pushing this patch. Like, so the changes would make sense if it affected every single Tem. Or it's like, so what I was saying is that one of the biggest things you need to take into consideration when you're doing this sort of change and removing prio and like changing the movesets to give certain Tems the option is look at defensive typings. Defensive typing. Because the reason Tolkien and Platimus are so strong, despite having both of those moves, is that, or they were strong before when they had Fiery Soul and Aqua Bullet, is because they both only had 2 weaknesses. Only 2. And that's not a whole lot. Like, only having 2 is pretty good. But when you have something like Broccolin with 5 weaknesses, why do you hit that? Amphitheater, I think, also has 4. No, Amphitheater only has 3. Luwali only has 2. But it's just... But you also got to look at more than that, too. It's just, like, how's the Tem performing as a whole? Like, Chimerian lost Prio, which is good. But at the same time, it's still good. Mashuk was... I heard that you can't OX turn 1 on Mashuk anymore. They made this patch to make us quit so they can close this game earlier. Real. It's a little too real. I don't even mind the beta burst loss on Adoro that much. Chim's still top tier. Yep, Chim's another Tem with only 2 weaknesses, fire and melee. It already has, like, it lost its prio, that's good. But it's just like, if you have like your average Tem here and your top tier Tems here, and then you take everything down the same step, that doesn't help either. Take down the top tier Tems. Like, if Broccolum ends up being top tier for a patch because it has Plague, oh no! When was the last time you saw, like, there's not a lot of Sakus around. Why does Saku lose Boomerang? What happened to Mashuk? So Wastewater stamina got decreased. Stamina cost got decreased. It's down to like 25 now. So even with minimum stamina, you cannot get... you can't do Wastewater into, like, Heli Kick anymore. And OX. And you also can't OX with Exhausted Wastewater. So that's actually a better nerf than I thought immediately, but I still think it's strong. Oh, hey, HCan. We're actually done playing games for the day. I'm just kind of ranting, complaining about the patch now. Good to see you, though. How you doing? Less stamina, 10 less base power. Yeah, the 10 power is not a whole lot. Have to Wastewater and Turbo. Gotcha. And then your OX is actually a little bit bigger, so I don't know if that's even worth it. Yeah, it seems like you don't mind the patch much, HCan. I'm not a fan of it. I think even if the direction was right, what happened was they hit only about 1/3 of the roster, and then they needed to hit the other 2/3. Because right now, in my opinion, this is the patch that feels the worst to play ever. Because they just took... They removed some Tems from playability, and just left so many others untouched. So we were getting so close to having like almost every single Tem in the pool be viable and playable, and then they just shrunk it. It was like so badly. They left way too many top tiers practically alone. Tyrannac needed to be nerfed harder. Acronox needed to be nerfed harder. Chimerian, Naga, Volarend. All of those needed. Agazuma. 5 wins in a row, no changes in silver. Yikes. You super struggled to take KO since the tireless nerf. Worst patch ever? I feel like that's a bit far. I said it's the worst it feels the worst to play. I am not saying it's objectively the worst patch, but I'm saying from like an enjoyment standpoint that I am not really enjoying this patch a whole lot. Because I cannot run the things I want to run. Last patch was one of the best because I feel like I could run whatever and see some amount of success. Even the ones like before that were like during Tem CS. Even if stuff wasn't top tier and I was facing off against other like top tier Tems, it felt like I could still run other things and compete. Like I brought an offensive Pigapec to Worlds. And I didn't lose immediately. That's the kind of gameplay I look for. This, they killed like 1/3 of the roster. Maybe not quite that many, but like they did kill a lot of Tems. And it also worries me because did any of you catch the message that Yaw said that they're probably not having a mid-season balance patch? Like the next balance patch we get's going to be 1.8. We're not getting changes in the middle of the season. So we're stuck like this for 4 months. Deluge Shireen was super pain. Yeah, I mean that was just bad at another level. Nurse Mage, some attempts were great. They need to follow through with the rest, as you're saying. Yeah, I know. But you can't just leave a job half done and say this is great. No, that's awful. You're not gonna build half a house and tell somebody to go live in it. Like that's not stable working. That's not stable living conditions. It's GG for the game. It has been. You can tell that they gave up on it a few patches ago, and they're just kind of floating by, doing what they can. I think the removal of the monetization and the tripling of feather rewards makes me really actually kind of excited for the PvE players, at least. I think they're going to have a really nice game to play. I think that the tripling of feathers is a really good indication that they're probably going to make Lumas a lot easier to get, whether it's through higher Psypark odds, higher radar chances, lower radar encounters. I feel like they're good, or even just higher Luma odds in general. I feel like it's going to be left in a good enough spot that people who just want to play casually and Luma hunts will have an enjoyable game to play. But it feels like the balance team is kind of torn. I know that there's a lot of people that really like this patch, and I'm curious after a week to see what most people think about it. Because I'm yesterday I wasn't a fan. Today I'm even more sad because there's not really anything I'm excited to run tomorrow. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow, no guarantee, but I'm planning on it. And I'll probably run like a Taifu Inkoish team to give that a solid try. Wednesday I'll probably give Amphitheor and Zyzir a try, and maybe some other Tems that I think missed the mark on their buffs, so that when I ask the comp team some questions, that I'll actually have some experience to back it up. Because if I just look at the Zyzir balance patch and say, this won't change Zyzir's viability, it is still trash, without having tried it, they'll be like, well, you didn't even try it. So I need to, I'll give it a try, and I will say it's still trash. Patch you enjoyed most was the time split Pocus one. That one wasn't awful, but having two overpowered centralizing Tems kind of sucked. So all Chroma balance patches, not just balancing against a lot of... They've had some good balance patches before. I guess, yeah, they're like trying to please everybody and ending up pleasing nobody. Which kind of makes me wonder what Project Down Below is going to be, because if they keep that same mindset with their game development, it's not going to be going down a great direction. I don't think they've changed breeding costs, but I do hope that's on the plan for the Sunset update. Just divide all the strand costs by 10. That'd be a good start. I feel like they should. Yeah, it should definitely get cut. I think they could cut down the amount of time to hatch eggs as well. It's really just annoying more than thematic at this point. I think you could divide that by at least 5, maybe even 10 again. Because people going for anti-hears, you want to wait 45 minutes for a single egg. Excuse me. If you want to make me wait 4.5, sure. At least it counts when you're offline. Please pay with the goat. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow for sure. I don't think the Taifu changes are that bad though. I still think that's Safe Retreat should have been 3 turns of regen instead of 1 every swap. But it's whatever. But I am not feeling inspired to make teams right now. The head charge team is about the best I was able to come up with, and it's still got its flaws. Advise me to play Rise. Speed control feels really good. So I've actually never liked a speed control playstyle. I think it's a decent tool, kind of. Like I like Tesla Prison splashed on a couple teams. Like I played Obi and Amphitheor together a lot, and getting speed advantage with those two felt really nice. But a full speed control team is not something I'm very fond of. or even having a dedicated speed control temp. I don't think I've ever used turbo on a team actively and like got a lot of use out of it. Like part of it's just my play style. It's just not that. Which speed control never got nerfed either. Still definitely the dominating strategy if we were ever to do something competitive. I don't know. I actually don't like playing because this makes me sad. It makes me sad to see the things turning out this way. I knew they were going to be. We were so close, honestly. I know that things weren't perfect, but I almost wish that this patch didn't happen and we didn't go this direction. Just make a few changes based on what we have. I don't like. Why would they? It seems weird to completely 180 the direction when the game is 4 months away from its final update. Like, there's no way they're gonna get it right, even if they do the other 2/3 of the Thames and reverse some of these changes. There's no way you can get it right in one single patch all at once with no testing from the mass players. Like, Temtem PvP is gonna end up being crap. Oh hey, sorry, I'm being super depressing and like a downer right now. Yeah, no, this patch feels awful to me. Sorry, I should just end the stream because I'm just gonna be a Debbie Downer for as long as I keep the stream up. When you're in Kisiwa team again, 3 times are different, but the roles are the same. It's just a burn debuff. I mean, I'm glad that you're having fun. I mean, feels unfinished. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It looks like they because they had the whole big balance change plan. Oh, I disconnect. Oh, I think I disconnected there. Rip. Enjoy the second notification. Yeah, it feels like they hit about 1/3 of the roster with the patch and then missed 2/3. You can't just half-ass your patch. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You can't leave Volarend. Bring back blue screen. No. I don't know. I'm just gonna end the stream because I could talk about the patch being bad. We'll see what happens like tomorrow or whenever I get to stream next, and what people come up with. I'll try and come up with a team. I might be reduced to having to use Volphy or something. Just because that's like one of the only options available. Hakaishin, hello, good to see ya. Should you start playing the game? It seems like you shouldn't from what you're saying. So it depends on what you enjoy in a game. If you are looking for a kind of a Pokemon-like game with a new story, awesome Thames, great visuals, and just a fun playthrough, 100% buy the game. If you just want to play a good story, this game can offer you that. It has super interesting systems with the hold system, stamina system, synergies. It's incredible, truly. But if you're hoping to get into the competitive aspect, there is not a whole lot left. It is an extremely high knowledge gap before you can even really start playing. There's just so many things you have to learn before you can be an effective PvP player. You can play casually, but I guarantee you'll get frustrated at the start. If you're willing to sit through it, you could, but queue times are also very long. You're going to end up waiting at least 5 minutes between matches. So as much as I'd love to recommend the game to you, if you're looking for anything more than just a fun, casual playthrough, I would have to say would probably be a pass. There are like a built-in Nuzlocke and Random Lock modes, so if that's your style, that could be good too. I haven't played it myself because it's not my style, but I've heard lots of great things about him. Yeah, a lot of it is just because me and many of the other players in the stream have played for like years. We saw the potential this game had. We saw what it was in the past, and it's generally going downhill. Or every time we raise our expectations, we are disappointed. Like I kept my expectations pretty much at rock bottom for the arcade, and somehow it was even lower. Sunken cost fallacy. I don't even know if that's the case. Like, there's still no game that I enjoy as much as Temtem. I have not found one. It has everything it would need to for a incredible combat system, and we've had patches in the past that are just amazing. But this isn't one of them. 5 minutes per match is a great day. Need to adjust your team to deal with hyper digi aggro. Playing Gosma is so boring. I know, yeah. Temp CS time was the best time to play the game, 100%. At least for us competitive players, Temp CS was like our highlight. I'll still probably never forget my Worlds experience, and my series against Architect will go down as like one of my favorite memories of all time from this game. I'm so glad it's on recording, so I can go and reference that in 20 years. Show my own kids, hey, I played in a world tournament, and here was a fun, it was a fun day, that too. Wanted to play with the Hydra Snake and the giant T-Rex. So the T-Rex is actually something you can't get until pretty much after you've completed the game. It's not something you'd be able to do your playthrough with. Hydra Snake you could do, for sure. If you just wanted to play through the game, it's definitely something you could look into. Sounds like you're probably not much of a competitive player, so I would recommend it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I don't mean to be depressing about it, it's just I'm not gonna lie either and say the game's doing great. I guess when you don't have anything nice to say, you shouldn't say anything at all. But it's just hard being like a Temtem streamer and streaming a game that's like... I wasn't a fan of Gallus here, I'll probably swap it out. I'll maybe look at something else to swap Brocklin in for. Mimit felt nice. Mastion was even okay. I think I need a different Mastion spread though. I might actually have too much attack. I need to put some in special defense or something. But I'm going to call a stream here because I could end up doing this for a while. Here's the code if anyone cares. I'll probably forget to put it in the description. So thanks everyone for watching. I do appreciate you guys staying in here, and I hope you guys are still enjoying the game. And if you're not, well, appreciate you still. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.